All right, we should be live. Um, Thanks everyone for coming out. First inaugural stream here. Going to be hoping to do a lot more of these. Whenever I can, I'll try to set up a schedule. But I do have a special guest waiting on the other screen. If you guys might know him, Best Ball Guy. He's been doing a lot of streaming. He puts out a lot of work. He's always out there trying to help out others, help out much smaller people like me, get their foot in the door. So I can't wait to bring him on, and I will be back to you, bringing in here momentarily. All right, we should have basketball guy here with us.
Hello, hello.
There we go. We got it going.
Right on.
So we already talked a little bit before, but what are you most looking forward to so far this year with the guys who you want to get exposed, have like your most exposure to?
I yeah, I think this year, I'm well, for one, as a Jets fan, I think I'm getting really good prices on a couple Jets players this year. So I think that's honestly pretty fun. Just right now, like I think Brees in the fourth is a pretty excellent price. I think Fields in the eighth, ninth is a pretty high upside price. So that alone is kind of fun that I can bet on the team that I actually follow for one. But yeah, beyond that, you were well, maybe not obviously, but you have told me that you were kind of like a Travis Hunter fader in the beginning of the big board season, and I think you've kind of come around a little bit. So just seeing how that all plays out, how much corner he does play, stuff like that. We haven't had the Otani of football yet, so that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, just mainly seeing how the market and how drafts kind of go this year. We got running backs are definitely priced up. People tend to follow what worked the year before. So we got like a lot more running backs by the top of the board. You can get very interesting, like high upside profile receivers all the way down to about the 9th, 10th round. In years past, it felt like the wide receiver, quote unquote, cliff was like the middle of round 7 in a way. So a lot of different ways to play it this year. I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, you definitely enlightened me on Travis Hunter early on, and I'm glad I didn't start drafting on DK right away, because I probably would have had a lot less than I ended up with. I had about finished with 30% on there, and I finished with them. I think if I go over to my exposures here for pre-basketball, we can see I probably got around 20%. Oh, nope, maybe not. 200. Oh, nope, I got him more though in the high dollar contest. I think I ended up getting him in two of the bigger boards.
Which is
So
a great way to play it, right?
yeah,
Yeah. If you were one of the people who was treating him as a cornerback, which is like kind of rightfully fair, you never know what's going to happen. To put him on a couple $100 teams is a smart way to do it. And we got him on we split one of those $100 teams, which was really cool to get him on there. I even thought maybe we're like overpaying because at that point it was kind of towards the end of the big board season. He was already like a 6th round price or whatever. But seeing, I keep taking him in like the 3rd, 4th round at this point. So clearly we still got a decent value on him.
yeah, no, we got him at pick 80, which is compared to
Oh,
right
nice.
now. Yeah, no, we got him at a really good value compared to now. So
Awesome.
all
Okay,
right,
sweet. Well, that's great to know. Yeah, I loved that team we made.
yeah, no, it actually ended up doing well with the bye weeks too. Like nothing overlapped each other. So we're looking good
Great
over
point.
there.
I haven't even checked my bigger board bye weeks or anything like that. I got to get on that.
Oh yeah, that's like the first thing I do just to see how many teams I randomly killed right away.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna hop right into a BBM. That's good for you.
Yeah, that sounds great. What I can't see, all I see is your face. I don't see a screen right now, just so you know.
Okay, let me see if I can
Let
fix
me
that real quick. All right, my
also,
I
this
get
is
location
big board,
checks.
but or not big board. This is a best ball bonanza, right?
Yep.
Okay. I typed it in. Obviously, as a new YouTube channel, it's always hard to find. But I want to get the link out on Twitter here. Might have to just like DM me that link when you get a chance. After you get us in a draft, take your time. but I'll get the word out that we're live right now.
Will do. There you go. You should be able to see it.
Yes, I can see that now. Yes, I can. Perfect.
All right, sweet. So we are waiting for 9. I think I entered a 20-second clock. If this doesn't fill fast, we'll go right into a 30.
Is this a BBM or what is this?
It's a BBM.
Oh, okay. I love it. BBMs are so fun, man. I mean, for some reason, I can rip puppies on my phone and stuff, and even though these contests are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially, like even the $5 and the big board contest, like I could do those on my phone all day and not even think about it. But if I'm doing a BBM, I lock in, man. Every pick is planned out, or at least I try to have it that way. So let's go.
Yeah, no, same here.
Yep.
So interesting thing about that deposit bonus that came out today.
Yeah.
So if you're not in a pick'em state, you don't get the option to have a deposit bonus.
What?
Yeah, it's only and it was supposed to be like a WNBA promotion. It's straight for pick'ems. Yeah, someone's gonna deposit a max of $10,000 for.
Yeah, can't wait to bet on Caitlin Bierkis or whatever. Yeah. Okay, ironically, I did actually put a little. I took the over on the first overall rookie for the WNBA game tonight. But regardless, I mean, honestly, after my day today, I've realized that if you just go out and email Underdog, you start causing a fit. They'll give you what you want. Just go out there and tell them you need that bonus. They're not going to say no.
Yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't give me the bonus, but they did give me. At first, they offered me a $5 courtesy funds. I was like, oh, yeah, $5. Thanks.
Great.
They eventually gave me $15. So I just took it. It was whatever. It's like, all right, fine. Next time I'll just drive 2 hours to Indiana and
yeah, these companies, man. I mean, I love them. I have a Underdog promotional code, which, I mean, everyone's already signed up on Underdog, so it's not like many people have used the code. You do need to sign up Underdog, promo code BBG. But with the DraftKings thing too, I remember that whole thing went down. I was getting in there hot and heavy looking for this overlay on the DraftKings big board. And then they give out this promotion where if you do 4 drafts today, I don't even know, but it just, I don't know. This company's been frustrating me today. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Apparently enough people complained on DraftKings to where, they are going to fix how they did those promos, because a lot of us who did do a lot of drafts got bent over.
Really hard. I didn't max the big board on Underdog because I switched entirely over to DraftKings because I was looking for this overlay, and we didn't even get an overlay. So it's funny. Actually, the big board on Underdog, I'm pretty sure overlaid is the funniest part.
Yeah.
I did a tiny bit, which not ever before. So.
Still waiting on 3 people to get in here. So shouldn't take that much.
Get in there, boys. So okay, so we're on Streamlabs, not on StreamYard. Are you able to see the chat?
Yeah. So there's actually a workaround that's pretty convoluted that you have to do. But yeah, I can pull up the chat, and I put in my own little this kind of tool, like a thing to get these comments to show up. Oh, BBG, did we lose him? There we go. You're back.
My bad. Yeah. I hit the wrong window there.
All good.
But yeah, you have a little workaround where you can see the chat and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's an overlay. It's an extension.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I think it's because you guys, I don't know if you hear something in the background. It's probably the air that's going on. Hopefully it shuts off pretty soon.
No, I don't hear anything. You sound good.
All right.
Yeah, just hear your voice.
Well, then don't mind being.
Send me the link to this video, though, to the YouTube channel, so I can post it.
Sweet.
When you get a chance on Twitter.
Yeah. Hey, Stags, if you can DM me on in our Discord the link to this video, I'd appreciate it, and tag me. That would be Binks the cat.
Got it.
And I'm waiting. So New York just got back, allowed in on underdog. Hopefully, it should help fill contests and also should give us more contests as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean it's these BBMs are they're gonna feel slow. Obviously, this is your first day like starting a channel and stuff like that, so it's not like there's like a massive people rushing in here right away. So this is kind of just filling as a normal rate right now, which is kind of cool. Honestly, there's it's pretty nice to have a contest just fill and maybe not every single person from the chat is in there like watching our picks and like also drafting well. Maybe we get some guys who are auto drafting or doing weird stuff in this room.
Yeah,
So
I'm definitely not at that level of getting all the sharp people in here.
it's all right, man. It's day one. I did. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how many streams I did with no one watching. Probably like 8 streams until I got a viewer or something.
Hey, it's all part of the grind, though. And now look where you're at. You're almost at 2,000 subs.
Yeah. We're stoked. That's pretty uncomprehendable, to be honest. But
Still a long way to go.
StreamYard keeps up with this. Yeah. StreamYard keeps up with this price hike. We might be done streaming sooner than I thought, honestly. Just kidding. But all right, we're stoked. Let me I wish.
And you can kind of, if you want to steer this draft, I'll definitely just go along with what your picks, unless
I want to
really
make I want to look at the screen bigger, unfortunately, but I'm going to figure this out. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that helps a lot. Yeah. Okay, that helps a lot. Perfect.
Might just have to toss away the sidekick
because it doesn't give me the option to make this like a bigger screen. I mean, I'm terrible with computers, as anyone who watches me knows. There's probably a way to do it, but we'll figure it out later. I can read it now. We're good to go. We pulled the 110, probably my favorite spot on the board right now.
Yeah, no, definitely the back four are definitely where I want to be.
Yeah. Do you have I mean, well, I guess we'll talk about when we get there, but do you have like a strong preference between any of those guys back there? Or do you just kind of build each team based on who you take? I mean, between Neighbors, BTJ, Amon Ra, Nico.
For me, it's mostly been Amon Ra.
Okay.
More, I would even say it's like a Lions bias, but just like his production seems pretty consistent, and also especially now that we have the Vikings week 17, it's just a great matchup. But I wouldn't mind someone like Neighbors, and because you got Neighbors and Bowers to go at for week 17.
Yep. Honestly, and you can also do Nico Collins Ladd, which I also think is a smash. The Texans have 3 dome games throughout the playoffs. I also have been pretty adamant, but if you want to do your guy Amon Ra right here. I'm super into that.
Yeah, he's on top by ADP. Neighbors already went. I would have been down with Neighbors.
But, yeah, sure. Neighbors is at that Jefferson Chase talent level. You're a little skeptical of the quarterback play, of course, but he's up there with the best as far as the talent. But I will say that with Amon Ra back here, it lines up pretty perfectly with Addison, who's been like a regular, like he's falling into the 6th round at this point. So
yeah, and he'll continue to fall too, especially once his suspension kicks in.
I've been kind of waiting for that. I hope so totally cool with any of the top 3 that you have ranked. There's no right or wrong way to play this, in my opinion. So
I wouldn't.
Bowers is cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely on Bowers. I want to make sure I get my exposure to him because I could honestly see him like stabilizing in that 1-2 turn, seeing Neighbors drop a little bit if Amon Ra goes up, and then also if McCaffrey You know, if McCaffrey's healthy, he'll start going up as well. So I can see Neighbors falling to the end of that turn, or the end of the 1-2 turn, and then him and Bowers would just be linked up right there between 11 and 14 or 10 and 14.
Yeah, I agree. And also, the way the tight ends fall on the draft board, you don't like Kittle goes on the other side of the board, right? So there's kind of like this, if you don't take Bowers there, you never really get a good value at tight end until you get down to kind of the middling type of guys, like the tight end like 7 through 11. Then you start getting, then you could take like Andrews or Loveland or whatever you want to do. But as far as like getting what I consider an elite tight end this year, it's kind of Bowers or bust. Kittle's not going to fall back to you. Hawkinson kind of moves. He'll go in different rounds, but some people don't feel like he is an elite tight end. But it's just nice to get that out of the way. And I really like, I had Emo Cowboy on the channel last night, and I liked his point about how the flexibility of the elite tight end just opens up more skill positions to take throughout your draft, only needing 2 tight ends. And on top of that, let's not just, overlook the fact that Bowers like got more targets, receptions than Puka Nakua's rookie season as a tight end. So he's filling your tight end position. He finished as like the overall wide receiver 9 last year in fantasy points. So if you're getting that kind of production at your tight end, it's kind of unstoppable if he can build on that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Bowers was definitely someone I was light on last year and kind of regret it, just based on how the season went. But no, I definitely want to make sure I get him because he could easily have a Kelsey-like year where he just laps the entire field, and it just won't even be close. And then also having that elite tight end for the playoff weeks, you're more likely to get those good scores that'll help you uh, lap everyone in your pods.
Yeah, exactly. The years that Kelsey was dominant it was 100% worth his price. Okay. I'm doing all my catch up stuff on getting things posted today. Okay, so we got Amon-Ra Bowers. No one's doing anything like too weird. That's the one hole getting that's it's fun to get that going. T. Higgins, Marv. I had the decision. I don't know why, but I thought about the Arizona Bengals game, week 17. And it struck me more as like a Marvin Harrison type of game to go off rather than a Trey McBride. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But I pivoted last second. I had the choice to do Trey or Marv there, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go Marv. I'm going to go Marv. I'm going to say that he has the better week 17.
Yeah, I mean, if Marv takes a step forward this year, which in theory he should, I mean,
yeah, right.
I mean, he could easily get there. That's for sure. And but then you also have to think McBride also barely scored any touchdowns last season, so you feel like there's some positive regression due there. So I mean, it could easily go either way, or maybe they both go off in that game. That's like a 35, like 28 kind of game, 38-35 game, and you're just gonna need that game in general.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're sitting at 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end. I wouldn't mind taking a running back, but I prefer wide receiver here.
I definitely prefer wide receiver. Yeah, I'm hoping Breece Hall falls because that would be an amazing first running back to get. The Tet thing is interesting. I'm leaning Evans, honestly, but if you want Tet, go for it. I mean,
nope, Evans works for me just because I was thinking of the they play Atlanta week 17, right? No, that was
no. The Rams play Atlanta. Tampa Bay plays Miami.
Miami, that's what it was. Yep.
So
we can look to and Waddle falls perfectly in this range,
right? And so does Addison too. So if we're looking at 2 more receivers coming, that's so much reason to take Breece here. You could even take Lamar if he falls. He doesn't, but I hope they give us Breece. Man, he is just such a good value in this range. That's all right. This is where, yeah, if you want to go Tet, if you want to go Travis Hunter, if you want to even go James Cook, I think he will inevitably sign and then probably work his way back up to the third round.
Yeah, I think I'm
But
gonna lean Tet here.
sure,
He,
yeah,
uh,
I don't, I do not mind. I think we're planning on probably taking 2 more receivers at the next turn, but
yeah, it would be a true zero RB start. Yeah,
yeah, do a zero RB, do it.
yeah,
First stream, you're a zero RB guy. There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, run it. Never needed a running back, anyways.
No, they all get injured except for last year.
Yeah, exactly. Only good for getting hurt.
Yep, just wait till week 1 and Barkley tears an ACL.
Oh God. I mean, unfortunately, I'd be really happy for that, but
Yeah,
in like I can't root for that. But yeah,
yeah, no. I'm still not picking Derrick Henry though. I mean I can go with Barkley, but I don't know. I just can't do Henry.
I get
He's more
that. Yeah,
acceptable on underdog for sure though.
he is. He is more acceptable underdog, but it's so expensive. It's so expensive.
I sent you I don't know if you saw it on Twitter the link.
Oh yeah, we got it. I already posted it. We're good to
Oh,
go.
sweet.
So not like I have many people following me on Twitter, but I got 200 people following me. But if they want to get out there and watch, it's posted. So hopefully get some people going here. But it's all good, man. Like I said, I mean, you already have 4 likes with who Hames is in here. Binks looks like that's like your mod or someone helping you out. I think you were saying, and then JT. But that's way more people than I had my first stream. So congrats.
Yeah, it's gonna be all about the grind. Probably doing videos too, so hopefully that helps out.
Yes, it does. It does help. It's way better for the channel than streaming. The thing about streaming is it's really easy because you
Yeah,
stream it and then it just posts and you don't even have to think about it. So
yeah,
whereas when you make a video, you have to edit it and you gotta do all
yeah.
kinds
I
of
did
stuff.
my first. I uploaded my first one yesterday. I let the sidekick draft every single pick for me.
Oh no, the robot's taking over. Did it make a good team?
It wasn't bad. It took Dak like 20 spots early, but other than that, really, it wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
I mean, it forced me to take 2 Patriot wide receivers with no Drake May, but
What's up with the Jerry Judy ranking, CLN? Come on. What is that? Is this ETR? Is
yeah,
that what it is?
this is the
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
have leg ups. I have the
You
sidekick
got
up, and I have
leg up
ETR rankings.
sidekick and the ETR ranks. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
You
and
just get the best of both worlds. Damn, lose Addison. That sucks. But we still get Waddle is down there. But if you want to take someone else
no,
in the
Waddle went
beginning
early.
here. Oh,
Waddle
he
went on the
did?
Waddle went on the turn.
Okay. Olave is not draftable with him going to the Steelers. I like Chuba or Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker's higher upside
Yeah,
to me,
we already
but
have a bet with Tat
oh
here
yeah,
too. So
yeah.
yeah,
Let's go Carolina. And if Walker falls back, that's already a Week 17 game.
yep.
Is Seattle Carolina? So
And then we'll basically be done at running back for a little while till we start taking guys like Tootin.
yeah. I mean, I'm all in on the Tootin. Yeah, Olave reports today that he's in potential trade conversations going to the Steelers.
Yeah,
It
that
is
would be
very
awesome.
obvious the Steelers want to add someone. They were in communication with Keenan Allen already, so look for the Steelers to ruin someone's hopes and dreams at some point during this offseason. I hope it's not Olave, but it very well could be. I'm going to hold off on drafting him for a little while. Chris
I hope it's Keaton.
Godwin, I don't know what to do with.
Yeah,
I always
neither
see
do
him.
I don't know. I just can't. Like I feel
It's
like
just tough. It's like
that whole
30
team.
ankle injury,
Yeah,
Egbuka 19th overall. Like it, yeah. Baker's too expensive in my opinion. Like,
McMillan's still kind of there too.
yeah, right. So I don't know. This is an interesting spot. I think if anyone watches me, I'm not a Jennings bro, but I mean, I still take him. But
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Jennings here. I don't think I have. I mean, not that I'm really worried about ownership right now. We're
no,
really early, but I definitely don't mind taking Jennings here, especially with the Olave scare.
He's a very safe pick. I don't think you're making a wrong pick by taking Jennings in some sense. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it for sure.
sure. It also sets up week 17 against the Bears, and one of my favorite wide receivers who, I mean, for some reason goes at pick, like I got him at like 106 today, is Luther Burden. So I don't know how you feel about Burden, but I am in around pick 100 on that profile.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that much into Burden yet, just because I think it's just too many mouths to feed. But I mean, if there's anyone that's gonna break out, I definitely think he has the skill set to do it. Him or
Yeah,
Dunze,
exactly.
him
It's
or
a full
Dunze,
bet on
basically.
talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'll be completely on. Like I don't mind Odunze in the 6th round. That's a very interesting price for a guy that was drafted 8th overall last year. However, I was never really sold on Odunze, even going into last year pre-draft. People talking about Odunze in the tier with Neighbors and Marv potentially, and I just never saw it when I watched the film. I'm not a film bro really, but I don't know. It just kind of looked. He looked decent, but it didn't look like super special to me in any way. But we'll see how he takes that year 2 jump. I mean, there's plenty of cases to be made about Shane Waldron being there and holding him back, and now Keenan Allen gone and stuff like that. Burden, however, though, you watch a Burden highlight reel, it is undeniable how fast and how good that guy is with the ball in his hand. So
yeah, no, and he looked really good at Missouri past couple years. And this last year wasn't his best year, but I mean, the offense in general was just not as good as what it was the year prior.
yep,
And what's up, Fantasy
agreed.
Football Garage? Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely, yeah. What's going on, Chris? Wait, you're Chris. Is
Yeah,
he
we're all
Chris
Chris.
too?
We're all
Okay, you're
Chris's.
both. I almost just had a moment there. I was like, wait.
It's a very, very common name. Too common.
Yeah. But there was a promising report already. I think it came out yesterday or this morning. Burden just like looking likely to just be the starting slot for the Bears. That's from a Bears beat writer. So take it for what it's worth. Not like a coach said that, but makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, if he can fill in that role, I mean,
Like if he's
the
just
Amon
starting in the
Raro,
beginning of the
yeah,
year, like that's all I need to hear. I'll be all the way in if he's starting.
that's a little early there on Caleb. With I don't think, yep, no Bears, just sniping off Caleb there.
Yeah. I also saw a report about how Caleb and his family almost like didn't accept the Bears like 101 pick or something. That
Yeah,
was wild to read. I was like, damn.
I mean, if he's heard anything about Shane Waldron, I can almost sympathize with him there.
Right.
But
Yeah,
not
I
and
get
now
that.
he has Ben Johnson, so it all works out in the
They
end.
made a more generalized statement though. They were just like Chicago is where quarterbacks go to die. It's just like, damn, dude. Like poor
I mean,
Chicago. Not wrong though.
it's kind of fair.
I know Trubisky, Fields. Yeah, that has not worked out.
Let's see here.
I'm very curious to see what you like here.
I kind of wanted Swift there for the Week 17 bring back. I don't mind.
Sure.
Well, so they just got.
I would be Reed or scroll down to another receiver. Like Shakir, I don't know, man. There's cheaper bills.
Yeah, I'm fine with Reed. It gives
Okay.
us another stacking option. That's one thing I like to do a lot this year is just having plenty of options to stack further in the draft because I'm trying to get 2 or 3 quarterbacks from that 90 to like 160 range.
Yeah.
And the 3
I
quarterback builds have shown like the past couple years just how well they advance and make it to the final round.
Yep. Yep. I'm loving the 3 quarterbacks lately. Aaron Jones, yeah, he at a certain price, he does become really interesting. And he's a bring back on our Amon Ra.
Yep.
And honestly, people hate Burden so much. Like, look at the rank you have on Burden. What is that? That is like what? Like ETR has been 112, dude. Like, God, people hate him. So he might legit fall back, and if he does, then we're so happy. I like Aaron Jones as the pick here. I take a lot more Jordan Mason. Do you have a take on that, on how that backfield shakes up? Because I think the quote unquote like slappy thing right now is to take Mason and not Aaron Jones.
I actually target both. I definitely can see a point in the season where Aaron Jones probably misses 2 to 4 games, just because it just feels like he always has the past couple of seasons, and then that'll be Jordan Mason's time to get you your spike weeks. So I don't mind either of them.
Yeah. I'd agree. Yeah.
And then hopefully on the if we want to go for quarterback on our next turn, uh, hopefully Purdy would come back to us. And then I think Ayuk might be up around there too. Nope, Ayuk went right before us.
Yeah, Ayuk, I'm having a hard time with him. Just because I haven't heard anything, right? It's different when I see reports of like, oh, JJ McCarthy is full go at voluntary camp or whatever. And then you watch Stephon Diggs is doing jump cuts and running routes and stuff. Ayuk is just ghost silent, nothing. Multi-ligament injury, and I haven't heard one good or bad report about it, which is just a little ominous in a way. Haven't heard anything about Godwin either, except that they extended him, but then they draft his direct replacement at 19th overall. So I don't know what they're trying to tell us. They gave him the contract, and I started hammering Godwin every draft because I was like, okay, if they're going to give this guy 3 years, $60 million, they must know that he's fully healthy. But then they go out and draft his direct replacement. Like Ibuka's like a Godwin prototype, at 19th overall. Like I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more so thinking Ibuka and Jalen McMillan are kind of setting up for their future after Mike Evans retires. I mean, Mike Evans can't have that many years left, and then Godwin with his injury. I mean, I don't recall what his. I think was it a 2 or 3 year deal that Godwin signed.
I thought it's 3 years, but they always they play 2 and then get rid of them or whatever.
Yeah. And that's also the whole thing with Olave too, is that his contract, Saints could be trying to dump him just to free up cap space. Because
definitely makes so much sense. They cannot afford to pay that guy. Like, no. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that the 2 and 3 highest paid Saints this year are Michael Thomas and Taysom Hill. They're like not even playing for the Saints.
Yeah.
So that's where the Saints are at. They're still playing players that don't even play. All right.
So coming up here, we have some Chief guys I rarely draft.
It's hard to get Kelsey, and it's definitely hard to click Pacheco too. Not hard to get Kelsey. It's hard to click Kelsey. It's hard to click Pacheco. Those are kind of gross. But I'll tell you what, CLN, if we get Justin Fields here.
Yeah, I was looking. That's what I was.
Brutal. All right, we got to pivot. We have no Goff either, which sucks. So we have to call an audible here. I think you pivot to running back. Yeah, just grab a running back who can do something. Yeah, that's Charbonnet's totally fun. Week 17 against Carolina too. We're still in a window where maybe Kenneth Walker gets traded either before the season, maybe halfway through the season. He's on the last year of his rookie contract. And if Seattle's a dumpster fire, they might just trade him, and then Charbonnet will just be the guy the rest of the year or whatever.
We have a week 7. No, we don't want a second tight end here yet. Probably want to go. You know what? If
sure. Yeah. I did this earlier.
If Olave gets moved,
yep.
You could see like Shaheed going up to the mid 80s.
Yeah, no, you're getting good closing line value with Shaheed. Absolutely, if Olave gets moved.
And even if he doesn't get moved, like he's still a big play guy for spike weeks.
Yeah,
and it gives us another stack at the end of the draft too.
Well, you're drafting Tyler Shuck if you have to?
Yeah, I'll draft Tyler Shuck.
Oh man, I haven't done it yet, but I guess I wouldn't be that opposed. But do we still have? It looks like Purdy's already gone, so we got Bryce. We got Baker's gone. We
We
Goff is
have
gone. We
Love
got
still
Bryce.
available. We have
Yeah,
Bryce.
yeah, Bryce. Oh, and Gino with Bowers is epic. I
Yep.
love Gino. I think
Yeah.
Gino. It's funny because the way people think about like Baker is like just like this because we watched him last year. Remember all those rushing plays? I mean, how many times Baker scrambled, got the first down on like 3rd and 6 or whatever. I thought he had way more rushing yards. Like he only had like 330. Gino's averaging like 270 every year, and he goes at pick 160 right now. And he now has Genty out of the backfield catching passes, Bowers, Besh in the 2nd round, Deontay Thornton in the 3rd round. Myers is still there, who's been a productive receiver. Trey Tucker was a productive deep threat last year. And they have Chip Kelly running a fast-paced offense. I think Gino is potentially one of the best values on the board, to be honest.
No, the Raiders are one of my favorite teams to go after this year, just because of their offensive volume should be like around 65 to 70 plays a game. So, and with that kind of volume, you can see Bowers with 12 plus targets a game, Myers with 10 targets, and like,
Yep.
and then you'll still get Genty running the ball probably 20 times a game at least, with a couple targets here and there.
Right. Yeah, he just has so many weapons that it's just such a cheap price compared to like I give me Gino over the following. I'll take Gino over just in a vacuum this year. I think I take Gino over Tua, over Stafford, over who else is right around there. Honestly, I might go Gino over McCarthy.
Bryce.
Oh, definitely over Bryce. 100% over Bryce. I'm so out. I'm so out on Bryce. But definitely over Darnold, over Bryce. I'm getting into like that McCarthy range. I think I'd take him over McCarthy. I know what I'm getting from Gino. I don't even know what I'm getting from McCarthy. People swear that he has rushing upside, but I mean, the guy's coming off a knee surgery and he's never played in the NFL before. So I like McCarthy because I love the Minnesota pieces and I want to believe in Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, I have full faith in O'Connell.
Okay. Me too. But he's not playing quarterback, so I don't know. Hopefully this guy can get the ball to the right players. I'm sure he can.
He had Mullins averaging 18 points a game. I think McCarthy can handle it.
Honestly, CLN, that's the best argument I've heard thus far. Like, thank you. I needed to hear that. No one has said that, and that made me feel good.
Oh, there goes Jordan Love.
Oh, man. Yeah, we got to go quarterback here. Just whoever we need, we got to take him now, I feel like, because we're getting into it. I mean, what do you want to do? You could go Lawrence. There's back stacks with Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
And I like Lawrence. I mean, it's not great, but there's so much vacated targets there. So if we want Strange as a tight end, if you want Parker Washington, if you want Diami Brown as a deep threat, there's like decent backstack options. Also, Tank Bigsby is low key better than Travis Etienne, and he's going to be available later in this draft. But I don't know. Some people I know
QB
leg
fallout
up
for us is not going as planned, but hey, it could end up being how we win it.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think I like how the sidekick is recommending Bryce. I think we probably gotta go Bryce because we have double Carolina with Chuba and Tet.
Yeah, and Gino's down to 160, so we should be able to
and
get
he
him
should
back.
fall right. Exactly.
Oh, I thought Bryce just got taken there. I was about to say
just a brutal day for us. Yeah, that's totally fine and fair. How you feel about Bryce? Are you on the he was a changed man after the Andy Dalton removal last year, or how do you feel about him?
I'm more just I'm blanking on the head coach's name. Canales. I'm more of a Canales believer than I am of a player. I mean, we've seen it time and time again that Canales can just take any quarterback and revitalize their career. And even though I do have a hatred towards short quarterbacks, he just seems to get it done with whoever he has at quarterback. I mean, Baker was rejuvenated. Geno Smith was rejuvenated off him. He was the quarterback coach in Seattle. and Gino started coming back through. So uh, I think he's good at what he does, and there's a reason why he got a head coaching job.
I hear that, but Bryce looked even worse at the beginning of last year than he did his rookie season. Like, to be fair, and I don't even think he would have got the starting job back if Andy Dalton didn't get in a crash with his minivan. Like, real talk, I don't think Bryce was playing the rest of the year.
Probably not. And then
and that's the scary part.
Then what
like,
are we doing? Who are we drafting on Carolina? I mean, what are they even
no
doing
one.
at quarterback?
That's why I started getting back in because I love Tet, and now I've actually kind of stopped taking Tet. I'm like, dude, I love Tet, but I don't even know like if he's gonna pay off a third 3-4 turn price with Bryce. Because, well, okay, here's the thing. If Bryce gets benched, I actually love Dalton with Tet. Dalton's going to throw the ball 40 times like Joe Flacco and just like get it to Tet over and over and over again. So I guess you kind of get multiple outs. Maybe I take Tet and I don't take Bryce and I just kind of play my teams like that. The problem is I definitely want access to that week 17 game. I actually think Seattle, Carolina is kind of two bad defenses playing each other. Could be kind of high scoring in a way. But I don't want this. I don't want the Seattle quarterback, so no. I don't know.
and you're betting on talent when it comes to Tattoo, and you're just hoping the talent gets there for him. I mean, he's a big guy. He's like 6'4", 6'5", I believe.
Oh my gosh, he's going to be incredible. I mean, I just hope that Bryce can get the ball to him.
I mean, and you know what? Another good thing, he's very used to playing with bad quarterbacks.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair.
His college quarterback, Noah Fafita, not the best guy.
His high school quarterback, too.
Yeah. So I'm definitely thinking RB right here, and I'm hoping Algier comes back to us. Because that's who I wouldn't mind Garendo. I wouldn't mind taking Bigsby.
Yeah,
or we can lock up the stack with Strange. I
was going to say Strange. I kind of want to take Strange. He's my favorite Jacksonville late stack, and I hopefully Algier's there, but he's not like the end of the world if we lose him. I like Strange a lot. I just think someone's got to be the beneficiary of Kirk, Ingram, and Gabe Davis all getting cut. I mean, there's got to be. They signed Travis Hunter, but there's like Travis Hunter is going to play a little bit of cornerback. Like he's not going to be on the offense 100% of the time. And so someone else is going to step up. Like that's just the way it's going to be. So.
Yeah, no. And we've seen how good Evan Ingram can do as well in that offense. And so we're just going to hope that, that Lawrence makes Strange, a good target for him. I mean, he had some good games last year too, if I believe. He had one or two spike weeks.
He had one really good game where he had like 14 targets, but that just goes back to how he can fill that Evan Ingram role. Also, Strange was very productive alongside Tyler Warren, who was obviously top 15 NFL pick this season at college. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, one second. I'm getting a phone call, but make this pick. I like Gino or Algier.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go. We're gonna lock up Gino just so we don't have to go Shuck at the end. All right. To service the audio listeners here, just in case you can't watch, we are currently sitting at a 3-3-6-2 build with Lawrence as our quarterback, Bryce Young and Geno Smith. Running back so far, we have Chuba, Aaron Jones, and Zach Charbonnet. Wide receivers, we're looking pretty strong with Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, Tat McMillan, Juwan Jennings, Jaden Reed, and Rashid Shaheed. And then we are pretty much locked up and done at tight end with Brock Bowers and Brenton Strange, but we could tack on a third if we care, just because we do have the same bye week, but it's not that's not a killer. It doesn't really matter.
Did we go Gino or did we take Algier?
We went Gino.
Okay, nice. I like that. I was gonna say maybe we try to push it if you really like Algier there because we still have the out with Shuck, but
no, there's a lot of value at the end of the draft too at running backs. So I would agree. I didn't mind it.
Definitely agree.
How
But
do
we have
you
only 5 receivers so far, I think, right?
6? Nope, we're at
Oh, say
6.
okay, good. Shahid's our 6. That's strong. Okay, nice.
Yep. How do you feel about two tight ends with the same bye week, especially?
Oh, I don't care. I
Yeah,
don't care. You are talking about. I mean, I did 800 teams last year. I don't have the data on this, but I could imagine maybe 1 or 2 teams out of the 800 didn't make the advancement because of a double bye week or something. It is so seldom that that is the case. If people aren't taking the same bye week to some extent, you actually have created somewhat of a unique leverage, a unique lever now, because some people like won't stack up quarterbacks with the same bye week. Well, what if those 2 quarterbacks go off all season? I mean, you're going to be winning your pod by 200 points anyways if your quarterbacks are outperforming their ADP strongly. So it's not going to matter that you don't get 20 points one week.
Yeah, and I'm more inclined to do it or not really do it like on purpose, but to let it go with elite tight ends, just because if Bowers is having that elite season, I mean you're already winning at tight end points in your pod anyways. So
tight end, I don't even I don't even worry about the bye week with tight end. Quarterback, I'll definitely consider. I'll break a tie towards a guy who doesn't have the same bye week.
Yeah, no,
but
I
will never like, if I'm looking at what I perceive as a good quarterback value and it has the same bye week as my current quarterback or whatever, like for example, Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields have the same bye week. I've learned that because I've put them on the same team a couple times already. But if Fields falls to me like a round past his ADP, I'm just putting him on my team. Like I'm not going to worry that him and Hurts have the same bye week.
Yeah, and if they're having a great season, like it's not going to hurt you
the,
too much at
the
end.
likelihood of you like losing your pod by 10 points and they had a double bye week, that yes, it would suck, but it's not going to happen.
I am more inclined to go DJ Giddens here as the backup for Indianapolis.
Yeah, sure.
And it gives us week 17 stack too with Lawrence and Strange.
Oh yeah, it definitely. I mean, also AD Mitchell is a fun one to mix in with the Jaguars at the end. I think he's a decent spike week opportunity year 2 guy. But we want to save at least one wide receiver spot, probably for Dami Brown or Parker Washington. I don't know. Maybe you don't feel good about those guys. You don't want to do it. But I like double stacking Lawrence, and I think one of those 2 guys is going to be out there like on every down probably, because they're going to have BTJ out wide, Hunter somewhere on the field, and then an 11 personnel. They'll have that wide receiver 3. So whoever you want to call your shot on. I personally think I like Washington more, being a 23-year-old who's kind of ascended from his rookie year to his sophomore year, and then hopefully even more into his junior year. Whereas Dami Brown has been very bad his whole career. I mean, he had a couple games on Washington last year, but he has been very underwhelming for his profile where he was drafted in the NFL draft, at least.
No, I agree. Parker Washington did look good in the spots that he filled in last year. I'm leaning Devin Neal here just more so just because I believe that Kamara won't be playing at the end of the season, especially if they're tanking or whatever they're doing at the end of the year. He missed the end of last year. And
what's your like confidence, like percentage wise, that he is playing over Kendre Miller though?
It's more like 60-40. I know that's where the battle is, but I'm willing to take the bet, especially at this price.
Yeah,
you're not losing out much in round 16.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think they drafted him for a reason. If they liked Kendre a lot, then maybe they would wait till round 6, round 7 to go running back.
Yeah,
but
I definitely want the Saints running back.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time.
And Neal is so good in college too.
I know. And I'm trying to remind myself of that because there is a reason we were taking this dude at pick like 120 for most of the big board before he started falling right at the end. Like the film on Neal is sick. He's good, but he is legit a round 6 NFL pick. So Kendre is like a round 3 pick or something. So I just try to stay in that mindset with the draft capital a little bit. But I like Neal's talent over Kendre's. And also Kendry has not proven anything at this point. He's constantly hurt. I mean, Neal probably is a pretty safe bet. I like this team. Are we doing 2 more receiver or 1 more receiver and a running back? Probably.
I think we're strong at we're strong at wide receiver. I think we can probably go 1 more running back here, just because.
Okay.
I'm not Aaron Jones just kind of worrying me, and I'm not. Sometimes I would like if it was a non-elite tight end, I'd probably go for another tight end. But since we have Bowers,
I think you gotta play Bowers as a 2 tight end room. If you need 3 tight ends in a Bowers room, then Bowers must not have been the right pick. Yeah, I think I would pick one of the Jaguars at receiver, and then whoever your favorite handcuff running back is.
Yeah, I'm into Parker Washington for sure.
Okay, I like how ETR has him ranked over Dimey Brown, so my inclinations are right that he's probably a better pick, so that's good. And then this is interesting. Who you want to take a shot on down here? Woody Mark seems very safe.
Yeah.
Blake Corum, I think, is over Jarquez in my mind. I mean, he was a 3rd round pick last year, and Kyron didn't get hurt. But if Kyron did get hurt, I would bet that Corum would be the backup over Jarquez. I love Jordan James. I mean, that's easy for me.
I know it's between Corum and Jordan James. I'm kind of leaning Jordan James here, just because.
Do it. I'm so in. I'm honored, actually. First stream we get. That's like my guy this offseason.
Yeah, no, they picked him like the RB coach. I think they wanted him specifically on the team, and I mean, if McCaffrey does get injured, I definitely think he has a fair shot to get in over Garendo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He is literally Jordan Mason reincarnated. He is not boom or bust. He is always 4 yards a carry, downhill runner. He's not going to wow you with anything, but he's going to do everything right. He doesn't fumble. He's not going to cause penalties. He's going to pick up pass blocking really well. And then, Washington finish it out for us. He does everything right, which is such a Shanahan running back. I mean, he's literally the clone of Jordan Mason, and his name's Jordan. So I don't know if he'll see opportunity because it's always rookies on Andy Reid's and Kyle Shanahan's team. They always come out slow. But if he does, I think he's going to play quite a bit. Garendo's very boomer bust, super athletic, but that's like his only trait is just being really athletic.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think it's wide open, and I don't know. I do think Garendo's kind of being overdrafted, but I mean, I get it because CMC's backup is going to be amazing if he does go down. So
yeah, right. Which is, I mean, after what happened last year, let's definitely make sure we're taking San Francisco backups. Honestly, that is a big part of my process this year.
Yeah, knock on wood. I mean, he's they say he looks good, so. But
yeah, absolutely, and I'm taking McCaffrey too. I mean, here's a fun thing: you just want to take Niners. You want to get the Niners running back right. I don't know who it's going to be, but you definitely want to, take McCaffrey sometimes, play it through McCaffrey. If you don't get McCaffrey, I would hunt down some of these backup running backs. Garendo, if you want to take him, or Mason with your last pick, like we did. I think you're gonna want the running back. So it's like the Rams too. You want the Rams running back. They just give them all the work. And Debo's gone. I mean, even more just rushes for the running back. So,
yeah, it's definitely one of those teams. I also feel like you have to get nailing the Jaguars running back too is probably going to be somewhat important this year. Whether they move Etienne or however Tootin becomes the guy, like how or Bucky was Cohen's guy. So
yeah, no, Tootin is definitely their guy, man. He is. I don't know if he plays right away, but man, I think it's just like Bucky. I think they start seeing this guy with the ball in his hand, and then they just start rolling him as the primary running back by the end of the year. So,
all right, that one finished it out.
Stuff.
Thank you for hopping on here with me. I appreciate it.
Dude, yeah, I'm down anytime to do drafts with people, especially a BBM. shout out anyone who's got a YouTube channel. If you want to have me on for a BBM and give me some equity, I'm in, man. I would love to win $2 million this year. If it's a puppy, I might big time you a little bit. I might hit you with, I don't know if I can make it, but no, I'm just kidding. But no, dude, of course, CLN, I'm going to support you at any chance I can. I am not going back to my full-time job. Like, it's the middle of the day on a Friday for me on the West Coast, at least right now. Like, I would normally be at work till 5:30. But until I go back to work, I am down to run streams and drafts and do all I can for the people.
Sweet, sounds good. For everyone, if there's anyone here not subscribed to Best Ball Guy, his YouTube channel is in the description below. Give him a follow, subscription. And yeah, I'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, CLN.
Yeah,
Peace out, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Yes, sir. And if I'll do a quick promo, don't leave CLN's channel, but once CLN's done being live, me and PPRTyler will be live. So you can come find us after this awesome stream. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and peace out. Later.
There we go. We should be back here on the solo screen here. Bindles, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I don't know if I necessarily want to run through another BBM, but I'm definitely willing to do another schnauzer here. And we can do a 20-second clock here if anyone in the chat wants to join in. Oh, there we go. No location check. How perfect. Definitely got some technical things I want to try and figure out here with the stream, but it's all part of the process of learning. Yep, that last draft, I think that last draft went pretty well. I'll pull it out here, and then keep an eye on that other draft, the Schnauzer draft room fill in here while we look at these. Yeah, so let's see, what could we have done better here? I always like to, look at my lineups after the fact. Let's see here, I can also probably zoom this out a little bit now. I definitely felt like that Trevor Lawrence pick, we kind of got, yeah, we had Jordan Love come off right before us. He did have Golden, so I guess that was fair. Drake May, I would have been much happier with Drake May unstacked. But the board kind of just fell to us how it did. It felt like a lot of people were just taking quarterbacks pretty randomly here. Kyler Murray definitely went with Harrison earlier. He had Pearsall, Bo Nix. Yeah, just a lot of cap. I mean, Caleb definitely went early. Would have loved Justin Fields if he fell to us right here at 106. Yeah, it just, sometimes drafts don't fall the way you want them to go, but hey, it got us onto opening up Trevor Lawrence and Parker Washington and Brenton Strange, and we were able to bring that one back with DJ Giddens, and who knows? Maybe this is a crazy year and something happens with Brian Thomas, or Travis Hunter ends up not playing as much wide receiver as we expect, and we're gonna see a lot more Parker Washington, a lot more Brenton Strange here. We're looking at 9 out of 12 here. But overall, no, that last draft, I liked the team a lot. I liked how it ended. I definitely felt like we needed to grab Bryce Young a little early there, just so we can secure having two quarterbacks on our team that strongly correlated with our lineup. I don't normally like to reach, but when you're reaching to fill a stack, um, it kind of outweighs what you're losing in ADP value when you can get that stack down, especially for the playoff weeks. So we're just waiting on one more person here. So let's see where we get taken in this draft. Hopefully just to get something different on here. We get one of these first 5 spots. I definitely want to get more Bijan. I love his Week 17 matchup against the Rams. We can kind of pull up Devontae in the 3rd round to do that. Oh, we're in the back half again. Yeah, 8's a little. So maybe this time we can probably look to get Neighbors here. Probably Neighbors or Genty. I wouldn't mind Genty either. But we'll see how this draft follows. Al Boogie, what's up? Let's see, there we go. I need to keep that up a little bit more. How you doing? Thank you for coming out to the stream. So yeah, we're gonna run this 20-second schnauzer here, and then probably after this, I'll probably call it. But it looks like we have a pretty badgeless room here, actually. Wow. Only me and 2 others have badges. I should be getting close. I think by now I should be about like 40 drafts away from the red badge. Badges don't really mean anything. But I don't know. It's kind of just like an achievement award, I guess. It makes you feel good that you're getting through drafts, and it's some kind of accomplishment. And if it's not, winning all these tournaments, if Puka fell here, that would be great. I don't think he's gonna fall though. No. Gosh, I do feel like Neighbors. I know I said I wanted to go Neighbors earlier, but I do feel like he's gonna start to fall down towards the turn, and I'm not sure Genty is ever really gonna fall that far. So I'm gonna keep ADP in mind and just go with Genty here, and see what comes back to us on the other side. Yeah, I talked about it last draft, but I do think we kind of see a little tightening of this gap right here. Like exactly like Malik Neighbors going at 10. Even I do think Amon-Ra should probably have been where Brian Thomas is, and then Brian Thomas or Nico even above him, and then we see Bowers get pulled up a little bit closer to this turn, to where these two are just gonna. It's kind of like 2 years ago where we had Amon-Ra and CeeDee Lamb just right on the turn. I definitely feel like that can be what Neighbors and Bowers end up being. And look, the Neighbors guy gets Bowers there to come back for that Week 17 stack. We're at kind of like a pick your own road here. I prefer to go with Drake London. The passing game for the Eagles does give me concern, but it's also easier to stack Drake London at the end. And he didn't. And Drake honestly looked pretty good last year with Michael Penix near the end of the season. So um, it's a coin toss really between both those wide receivers, and you can even tack in Ladd McConkey. All 3 of them are fine picks up here. So we saw Amon-Ra and Christian McCaffrey go on the turn. Um, you know, I am kind of wanting to load up on Christian McCaffrey now more so than later because I feel like once we see McCaffrey start practicing, and then especially if he just takes a drive in the preseason, I mean, I think we can see him all the way up until like 7, and I think we can even see like Gibbs fall maybe behind McCaffrey just based on hype. Um, I think I mentioned it also before. I'm not a Derrick Henry guy. It's the age. I also feel like he had an outlier season last year with the amount of 20-yard rushes, 20-yard plus rushes that he had last year. I believe it was double more than any past career high. And I don't know, he's just getting up there in age, getting up there in touches. And, I expect the touchdowns for sure. 12 to 14 touchdowns again this year. And, like, that's a given with the offense just because it's a great offense and he is the goal line back. They're not going to have Lamar do any kind of sneaking or tush push, whatever. So it was more so just my fate on him last year was more along the lines of he wasn't gonna have like those big rushing games, yardage wise, and he still comes off in 2-minute drills and passing downs, and it just gives me a lot of concern that we're taking him now a round or two higher than we were last year. Yeah, I'm gonna take Adams here and just smash that home for week 17. Um, I prefer him over Mike Evans just a little, but I mean those picks are also pretty much even as well. But no, definitely breaking coin. I'm not going to base every pick I do off of week 17 stacks, but when it's a coin flip like that between someone like Evans and someone like Adams, they both do basically the same thing. Lots of targets, lots of receptions, both touchdown guys, and week 17, I'm gonna give that edge to Adams there, with the week 17 stack. Want to keep in mind, I want to be a little bit more bye week conscious here in this one than I was last round. I feel like I was kind of juggling a little bit too much, and that's probably just something that's gonna have to come in time with streaming. Definitely not as easy as it looks from being in the chat. Let's see here. I see. I was thinking about taking James Cook right there. I don't want to do Daniels. I don't want to do more either, really. You know what? We'll take him. We'll take Travis Hunter. We'll get our boom bust kind of player here. I do think Cohen loves setting up screens, and Travis Hunter, that is Travis Hunter's game, is taking a screen and just let a playmaker be a playmaker. And it does kind of double up on this week 8 bye week here. We're actually tripled up, including Genty. But if we're going to let a playmaker be a playmaker, Travis Hunter, maybe right now he's still being drafted too late. Maybe he should be on like the 2-3 or on the 2-3 turn, based on how talented he is as a wide receiver. So we see Devonta go here. We got a double stack here with Arizona, but no. T. Higgins got pulled up a little bit. Let's see here. Not really seeing anything right now too much. I still trying to memorize these bye weeks, or not bye weeks, but week 17 matchups. I know the Niners play the Bears. Denver has KC. The Jets have the Patriots. The Colts have the Jags, and the Bengals have the Cardinals. So Devontae guy gets Jalen to come back to him. T. Higgins drafts Joe Burrow. Maybe he'll only look to grab Dak near the end, or not near the end, but in the 120s, maybe a little earlier. Let's see who we got coming back to us. Pickens is being recommended. I wouldn't mind Pickens. Pickens and Ridley. What do we want? Let's see. I think I want for this team. Yeah, I kind of want the touchdown upside, or not the touchdown upside, but I think Pickens is still going to be a riser. Try to get that value, and I can definitely see him flipping Calvin Ridley over the summer. Yeah, with Pickens and Dak now, there's definitely more so of a reason for Dak to get pulled up. His ADP should continue to rise. And then also you got the CD Lamb drafter who might try to double stack with Pickens as well. So I mean, there's lots of reasons for all these guys to start moving up and going up in ADP, and there's really nothing that's going to be pulling Calvin Ridley up. If anything, he goes down. I think we're probably seeing him at his high point right now. I do like him a lot though. Not really want to. Definitely don't want to double up on week 8 bye here with 2 running backs. Don't want to do Myers. I'm actually fine with bringing up David Montgomery. I think he's going to be a riser. You know, before his injury last year, he was having a great season, and gives his rookie year too. He was having a good season. I don't see, and he's the goal line back. I don't see, outside of injury, why he is going below guys like James Conner and Judkins, especially Judkins on the offense that's not as likely to score as many touchdowns as the Lions. You want to pick players on good teams, or at least teams that are, going to be doing a lot. And the Raiders, pace of play, great. Atlanta, great division just in general. Lots of dome games. Bad defenses all around in the AFC or NFC South. And then, Devontae Adams, Rams, solid team. Travis Hunter, great talent. He's more so of a talent bet. Hey, this guy is not being drafted of, how well he's going to do this year. George Pickens, good division. It's a solid division, solid quarterback. I mean, touchdown upside. Definitely an upgrade from where he's been in Pittsburgh. So, and then David Montgomery, you just bet on one of the best offenses in the NFL with the Lions. And then it also helps. Maybe we can get Hawkinson up here for a Week 17 stack. We don't need a running back here. Probably don't need. But does have Week 8. Did not even notice that. It's something I'm gonna have to be more mindful of as I continue to draft here. But I definitely don't mind taking Hawkinson here. I don't think we're losing out on anything special. Ayuk, no. Jaden Reed, no. Yeah, I think we just windmill at home and give us another option later on in the draft. So yeah, like I said last draft, I just love having. Um, I do think that quarterback range of like 90 to 160, getting 2 to 3 of those guys is going to be how you win BBM or any basketball contest this year. And just being able to control, at least giving you options of who you can stack later on in the draft feels pretty good. I mean, we have Michael Penix, we have Devonte Adams. I mean, sure, we could also go ahead and grab maybe Jack Besh later to go on, tack onto this Raiders offense and grab Geno later. We have Dak as an option. We have McCarthy as an option. We have a lot of guys that we can fall safe on, and that's kind of what happened last draft. Like we had our options to be able to, kind of save us, and lock up, secure some stacks in the end. Let's see who comes back to us here. I definitely am wanting to grab a wide receiver, and I'm with guys since we have London and Adams, and I and we're already making the bet that Hunter is going to be the guy on off one of the guys on offense, catching screens. I'm willing to take a chance on, Luther Burden and his talent late in the year, and they get a great uh, Week 17 game against the 49ers, and and it also opens up another quarterback stack. And also have like divisional stacks all around with Montgomery and Hawkinson too. So it's just we're making bets on these good offenses, and that's kind of what I want to do this year, and just be able to lock up the offenses that are going to score a lot and that are going to do well. Yeah, we have quarterback options all over the board. I'm definitely feeling pretty good about how this draft is going. I want to grab. I definitely want to grab one more chaperone style running back at some point this draft, and then we can just start tacking on the young guys. Um, and then quarterbacks, I'm not really worried about right now. Justin Fields goes off. Yeah, so far none of our quarterbacks are going off. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. We're strong at wide receiver. We have upside. We have floor. We have touchdown guys, and on underdog, I mean, you want guys who are going to score touchdowns. It's not like DraftKings where it's a full points per reception, and you also have the bonuses on DraftKings. Like touchdowns mean a lot more on underdog, and that's just what we're going to need. We're going to need big games from ceiling players, and I think if I recall correctly, Devonte Adams has the most Week 17 points in BBM out of any player, any positional player, I should say. But it could also just be any player. Um, Here I'm probably gonna look on tacking a wide receiver. Feel like we're pretty strong. Jalen Warren, no. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on nailing Shaheed. I like him a lot. It also helps, if Olave gets moved, it's just another good guy that we can have on this team. He'll take a step up in the offense, and you know, sometimes just getting those four kind of guys is what you need. And he's also has that big playability to have a spike week. So yeah, it looks like Caleb went just before us. That probably would have been the pick. See what we get coming around. The sidekick wants us to take Prescott or McCarthy poor Lawrence. Basically, they just want us to take a quarterback. I'm not going to take Jared Goff with Montgomery. But I'm not going to take either of these guys yet. I don't think Dak is going to make it back to us, but I also don't want to take Dak too early. I believe his ADP is around like a full round more. And we have Charbonnet up here. Oh, that's week 8 bye, so we don't want to do that. Yeah, you know what? I think we can. Tootin's week 8 too. Hmm. You know what? Dak is starting to come up, and I do have Dak. I personally think Dak is going to be around that Purdy range. So I am going to take Dak here. Even though I kind of just said I wasn't going to, I didn't realize his ADP had gone up that much in the past couple days. I definitely think he's going to be going up. I do have him. I would say he should probably be around actually around right where Baker got picked. That's where Dak probably should be going, which would line up kind of perfectly with CeeDee Lamb. And also Pickens. Pickens usually falls in like right around here too. I've definitely seen him picked up in this range before, so that tends to track. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing Dak go higher and higher, and eventually make it back up into or eventually make it into the hundreds over here. Because I don't see him falling, and as the Lamb drafters and the Pickens drafters on this side on the left side of the board start they're going to start taking Dak up earlier because they're going to want to complete their stacks. So yeah, and I honestly wouldn't mind going 2 more straight quarterbacks here, with Hawkinson and Lawrence. I think Penix goes a little bit later. Yeah, Penix is in the 140s, 146 though. We won't be picking till 152, but we could push it. And we do have options later. Definitely do think we need a running back here at some point. Jaden Blue. Yeah, Jaden Blue to tack on up. That would have been nice. Would have been nice. Tajay Spears is there. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't mind bringing up JJ McCarthy just to lock in another. Oh nope, Trevor Lawrence is higher, so we'll actually do that. That makes more sense. So yeah, I don't mind that. And then we also have options for Brenton Strange, just like last draft, and Parker Washington at the end of the draft to tack on a 7th wide receiver. And I definitely feel like that's pretty free to get Parker Washington. I don't see many people wanting him unless you have Trevor Lawrence. And then now I definitely feel comfortable that we can wait for Drake London here, and then try to grab Trey Benson or Tajay Spears. We did get Jordan James last draft. I wouldn't mind going to Isaac Guerendo if we had to, but it doesn't look like we'll have to. Let's see, is there any? No. Trey Benson has the bye week overlaps. I kind of wish they had the bye weeks in here too, in the queue. But yeah, I think Tajay Spears is gonna end up being the pick here. I wouldn't mind possibly going Rashad White too, but or Guerendo. Yeah, we're just gonna nail, and it's also a week 17 stack as well. So yeah, we're gonna take Tajay Spears there. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable. We have 2 quarterbacks right now. I feel comfortable pushing uh, Penix to fall back around to us. There's really no reason unless someone wants to double tap, or I guess the Bijan drafter. Bijan drafter has 2 quarterbacks already though, so I don't see him tacking on a third, especially with Mahomes and Purdy. He should be pretty much done there. I think that seems to be like a very good value on Mahomes too. Did he just take him? No, he has Rice too. Wow. Um, yeah, no, that has to be a good value, I believe. At least a round. Yeah, about a round of value on Mahomes. Dropping right there. Ooh, okay. Kyle Pitts did go, but he already had two quarterbacks, so didn't do the Michael Penix. I think next, I don't know. I don't know if I want to push Penix again. Get strange. How are the people in front? So this is something that you guys should be doing when you're drafting, is looking at who your opponents have, and they both guys in front of me. Actually, yeah, all the guys in front of me besides the one directly after have at least one tight end. But it does look like Brenton Strange did go. But we do have Algier here as well. Yeah, we're gonna push it because I do think Algier is a value here, and we already have two quarterbacks. I definitely think we have the room to push it um, a little bit more, even though we got some guys with no QBs here and only one QB, so it is kind of risky. But let's say we don't get him, we still have Matthew Stafford too. I believe Matthew Stafford's a week 8 bye. Yes, he is a week 8 bye if we do end up taking him, but we still have Dak to cover that. And, you know, yep, there goes Penix. I had a feeling Penix was going to go around here. So now it's more so the Puka drafter, and he's in front of us. So we should be pretty good to grab Stafford here. So yeah, I'm definitely liking how this draft went, or is going right now. Kind of wish this was a BBM team, but I also don't want to fire too many bullets into BBM so early. Kind of want to make sure I, don't overload too much this early in the year. I definitely want to save the majority of my drafts for May, or not for May, for August and September. So we are done at quarterback here with Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, and Matthew Stafford. I feel pretty good about that quarterback room. Four running backs: Ashton Jenney, David Montgomery, Tajay Spears, and Tyler Algier, who I believe is a value right now. I think he should be going at least a round higher, and it goes with our Drake London bet that we made earlier. Wide receivers: Drake London, Devontae Adams, Travis Hunter, George Pickens, Luther Burden, Rashid Shaheed, and then Hawkinson at tight end. So yeah, this draft is coming along pretty well. I really have no complaints about it. I would have liked to grab Pitts or not or Penix there, but I mean it is what it is. For the double stack, but no, I'm definitely fine with Stafford, and we still have we also have an option if we want to go Tutu Atwell, or if you want to go Terrence Ferguson at the end of the draft too as well. This Geno ADP. I mean, I'll take it. If he continues to be drafted in this range, I'm gonna love that all year because I definitely want me some Geno. So let's see who we have coming up to us. The sidekick thinks we should draft Kate Otten. I am not into that. I am not gonna be into that. Let's see who else. We could go with Devin Neal again. Get some more young guys. I think that might be the play. I think Devin Neal might be the guy I want. It's a little bit early, but I'm not seeing. Actually, Alec Pierce probably would have been the pick there and just been done at wide receiver. But it's okay. We're continuing on that New Orleans bet. And I kind of do actually. I'm actually glad that I didn't get that Pierce pick in because I do want to make sure that Lawrence is double stacked. Since we won't be able to get Lawrence, um, uh, Lawrence with since we wouldn't be able to have Brenton Strange on this team from earlier, I do want Lawrence double stacked, and I do prefer to get Stafford double stacked as well. So if we're doing that, that means we need a tight end and a wide receiver spot. So right here, we probably go tight end. Probably going to look to get 2 more tight ends in this one. And I think I'm going to go with Mason Taylor here if he comes back to me. Really, outside of Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, there's no one on the Jets. Mason Taylor, I feel like he could have a good year. There we go. We can just lock up Mason Taylor. And it's also a different bye week, so we're good there on bye weeks. Yeah, back to Mason Taylor. I mean, I feel like he's going around right where he should be, late 170s, 180s. He should be the starting tight end for the Jets. We've seen tight ends under or with Justin Fields do well, and like I said, there's really no one else there besides Wilson and Brees to soak up targets. So I am definitely fine with that pick. So yeah, I think we're gonna try and end this draft here with Parker Washington and then also Terrence Ferguson. That is the plan. If hopefully that goes. I don't see anyone. I definitely don't see anyone taking Parker Washington. That should be locked up. Um, Also, I like Chig. I like Jawan Jennings. Not so much on Elijah Arroyo. I don't mind Theo Johnson either. So yeah, we definitely have. If Terrence Ferguson does end up not making it back to us, we definitely have options. Yep. See, we got Tyler Shuck going right there in the 16th. Does he go to Olave? No. How many quarterbacks is it? He has Jaden. Oh yeah, he has Jaden Herbert. Jaden was stacked. Herbert was stacked. Yeah, I feel pretty good right here with Terrence Ferguson. Lock up that double stack, and then, I mean, if for some reason someone wants to take Parker Washington, oh, Diamond Brown is still there, or Diamond Brown is gone. So at 215, 5 ADP, he has to be around 20% ish drafted right now, I would guess. ETR has an awesome projection ownership. I could actually check it real quick to see what his projected ownership in BBM is right now. If I look it up here, Parker Washington. Well, actually, much less than I thought it was. It's only at 3% right now with that 215 ADP. So yeah, I mean, having low owned guys, kind of got like a little badge bros thing of scrolling down and getting those unique picks because you know even though I said last draft that Parker Washington could be a bet on, Hunter not playing as well, but I mean, Jaguars are also a bad team. Yeah, you kind of just make up your own stories to how you want your team to work out in the end of the year. There's many different ways. We have no idea how this season's going to go. Maybe Brian Thomas tears his ACL. Um, maybe Parker Washington just comes out and is, leaps and bounds better than Diami Brown, and Diami Brown ends up not playing that much. So yeah, I think we're gonna end this here with Parker Washington, and so let's recap this team. Uh, we are looking at a 3-5-7-3 build, which is probably going to be my most common style of build this year. Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford at quarterback, Ashton Genty, David Montgomery, Tajay Spears, Tyler Algier, and Devin Neal at running back. Drake London, Devonta Adams, Travis Hunter, George Pickens, Luther Burden, Rashid Shaheed, and Parker Washington to end it out at wide receiver. And then at tight end, we have TJ Hawkinson, Mason Taylor, and Terrence Ferguson. We'll let this draft wrap up here. But no, I want to thank everyone who came out to watch this first live stream. I'll definitely try to upload videos at least once a week, and then try to have at least one stream a week. This is probably a little bit of a longer one than I'm probably only going to do like maybe 1 to 2 drafts per stream. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. But yeah, for anyone still in here, I believe PPRTyler is live right now. The description to his channel is in below. Feel free to also check out the Discord as well. Free Discord. I have it set up, I think, pretty great. I honestly think it's probably one of the best set up Discords in the best ball community. Uh, but yeah, thank you for coming and watching. And if you're watching this, on the replay, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, please. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and it was a good first experience of going live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.